Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to Diaspora Digital State of the Nation. As of today, lately, the national chairman of the Labour Party, Barrister Julius Aburi, has been on the media for not so good reasons. Money, and also the food crisis around Nigeria, strikes here and there. What is happening? With me to discuss these burning issues for today briefly is Mr. Nicholas Eke You're welcome to DDM TV.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
Yeah, pleasure. We also have Mr. Daniel Elumba. Dan, you're welcome. Oh, that's great. So, also, I think we have Mr.
Thank
Kevin
you.
Japol. As soon as he's ready, we'll get him online to hear what he has to say on the issues. Let's
I'm
start
here,
with
sir.
the Labour Party National Chairman, Mr. Julius Abere. Kevin Japol is around as well. Mr. Kevin Japol, you're welcome to the discussion.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm so elated to be here. Thank you, Mr. Palm.
That's it. So, without saying, let's move into the discussion. Labour Party chairman, national chairman, Barrister Julius Aburi, has been on the news for not so good reasons. And this has been like a trail right from during the electioneering times. What is really happening within the Labour Party and what is the reputation of Barrister Julius Aburi? Let's just hit into it. Nicholas, what's your take on this matter?
Well, to be frank, I was not taken aback. I wasn't that surprised when the whole hullabaloo about the money issue surrounding the Labour Party, the party fund, started trending. I say this with the benefit of having covered, party politics for going to 20 years now. You always have situations like that. And don't forget that unlike in most democracies, multi-party democracies, we have a peculiar kind of political party system in Nigeria. Mostly in climes like South Africa, in Kenya, what you have is a party founded on certain based principles, certain principles, certain philosophies. You don't have that here. What we have is, parties being just to bedfellows. You have people with different agendas coming in, people who want to personally aggrandize themselves, who wants to make money, those who are there for just the sake of being in politics, and those who just love politics for politics' sake. So you have a lot of people. And it's not unusual that you have some of these characters to high, lofty offices. At the end of the day, after the electoral, activities, you now have cases of people not being able to account for party funds. So, but for Labour Party, it might come as a surprise to a lot of people because we are talking of a party that had a fairy tale kind of outing in 2023 general elections. We are talking of, for the first time, in a long while in Nigeria, we're having three horse race in an election where a party that does not seem to be, backed by money bags, where a party that does not have a single governor, as a part of its, within its ranks, pulling that much weight, for over a year and sustaining it, even after the election, and even going into the litigation process. So, definitely there will be some level of disappointment, but by and large, I'm not really surprised. It's one of those things you have to expect with the kind of party politicking that we practice in this part of the world.
Hmm. All right, thank you very much. Yeah, not too much on money bags, but there was a lot of money moving to Labour Party from different quarters. People were making posters and banners on their own during the elections. And after that, we now came to arenas where some of the members of the party were accusing Barrister of forgery. And then even the national treasurer of the party said her job was siphoned. Kevin, generally, what do you think of what's really going on in the Labour Party?
Well, say this is strange to me or to I wouldn't take this as strange, but I'll personally say this is typical for most political parties that Labour Party is in the limelight, but they don't realize that sometimes in life you are given one chance to make a shot at something, and if you blow it, then that's it. From the look of things, they seem to have blown that chance that they were given. They were given. The only reason why people are even still talking about Labour Party is because Mr. Peter Obi is still there. Um, the way things are going, I have a feeling that they will just take the same path with other political parties that have come and gone. Because we've had decision by other parties, we've had parties going through the kind of crisis because they had there was a money issue involved. Remember when the PDP was in power? PDP had a lot of issues like this, and now that they are irrelevant, we hope we can see that they are acting as if maybe they are the main opposition party. It's done on them. Labour Party is not there yet, but they had a chance to be in the limelight, and they are acting like this. I don't know what's going to happen, but I have a feeling that I think the chairman himself may have if he has a case to answer, he should come clean and let investigations take its course. We just hope and pray that well uh, it doesn't come. We shall go. They have had their own share of squabbles. They've had their Apata led faction that was really disturbing them during the tribunals, and now this. Yesterday was supposed to be something that was supposed to be like a counter coup or something, but I don't know. There seemed to be like some level of deadlock or gridlock. Don't know much about them, but I just have a feeling that they are going the same way as other parties who have been in the limelight. Um, and at the end of the day, maybe hopefully most people are actually saying out there that this is the end of Labour Party. In fact, the norm yesterday, what was really trending most yesterday was a lot of people were even calling me and saying, "What's the option for Peter Obi? It's time they move. It's time he moves on. It's time he moves on to other things." I think the Labour Party is coming to its own end as we speak because of what's going on. When the issue of finance was published, and a lot of people saw the kind of monies that was spent on party agents, and they realized that at the end of the whole election, nothing got to party. Many of them were furious. I don't know whether that's what really made a lot of people angry. That's what really caused that emergency meeting. But I know that budget review of what was spent on the election by Peter Obi is causing a lot of ripples. That I know. So let's just watch as things go on. But right now, this doesn't look good for Labour Party. Personally, I'm seeing it going to its logical end right now. Thank you. Sapam, are you there?
That's interesting. There's no smoke without a fire, and if the allegations are not coming, yeah, yeah. Thank you very much, Kevin. Dan, they say there's no smoke without a fire, and if it was just the Apapa-led faction that was accusing Barrister Julius Abure, There are some insinuation towards that. But right now, allegations are coming from within the Labour Party itself, and it looks as if the national chairman of the Labour Party has some explanation to give. And Dan Enumba, what's your take on this? If you're still around, hello, Dan. Okay, okay. Yeah, Dan is a bit busy. So, Nick, is this the end of the Labour Party? Have they gone? Okay.
For me, you see,
All right.
party politics for
So,
me
Nick,
is
your closing remarks on the Abure issue.
for me, anything that has to do with Nigerian politics is not easily predictable. Yes, it is. For some people, you might conclude that they might conclude that this is the end of Labour Party, but I would like to listen to Abure, the national chairman of the party first. So after listening to his responses, then of course, at that point, you know exactly where the problem is, whether it's the party will keep on sailing or it will sink.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Now, let's move forward. We have food crisis all over, not venues in Nigeria. In fact, people are dying of hunger, and the government is beginning to take some steps, quote unquote. But give us a general assessment, Mr. Dan Elimba, of the food crisis and what you think about it. A government is the government of the day taking their first step. Hmm.
Yeah, okay. I don't think
All right, we
Mr.
seem to
Nick.
be having some connections.
Yeah, I don't think it's
With,
there. But if I may, about the food crisis,
okay.
I think um, I think this whole
Kevin Ford.
thing. Yeah, I think this whole thing has to do. I think the government seems to be not to be realizing that a lot of things are really affecting, apart from the exchange rates and the way the dismal way the government is attending to economy. I also have a feeling that the insecurity, the insecurity, the kidnapping, they also have a stake in this, and the fact that the government is just looking at it as if it's the fact that the government is looking at it as if they can go after businesses is also affecting this whole issue. But hopefully, I just feel that this food crisis also has its the reason why this food crisis is taking place is because of this insecurity and other insecurity in the country as a whole. So I feel that that's part of the reason why we're having the food crisis. We also have the fact whereby some states are not allowing food to leave their states. We've heard of what Niger State did. So, well, let's just watch as things go. But the way things are going right.
All right, I think we just lost Kevin there for a moment.
I was
Dan,
the
are you with us? Can you hear
I was
me?
showing the video of what is going on, people protesting. I saw the video where people are shouting Tinubu Ole, APC Ole. I think our viewers would like to see that and maybe laugh with me. And I also saw a video of where some women are dragging food there in
Please
Maiduguri,
carry on.
even when um, even when the food was still on fire. They didn't even mind the fire behind them, the food they were still in the pot, and they are dragging the whole thing. I also saw another place where people stopped a trailer load of food on the road and was scrambling away, carrying all the yams away. Then another video where people are being thrown tubers, yam tubers, and they are grabbing and running away and kicking and fighting, and you know, some of these videos, sometimes you wonder whether they're entirely true, but then videos don't lie. They say pictures don't. So with this situation happening all over the place, one wonders, just a month into a new government, does anybody really care about the masses? That's something to think about. Can we see that video that has been trending? If not, what exactly do we think about people going so hungry that they don't care about their health, they don't care about their safety, to go at an event and start to take the rice or food while it's still on the fire? It was still on the fire while it was still being cooked. That's scary. And the picture appearing from Nigeria appears as if the country is descending into anarchy. There is no government and authorities seem to be helpless about that situation. And then you hear reports of billions of naira being shared among governors, among legislators, and Nigerians. That is some of the things that can actually trigger, annoy the people more. That while we are being told there is no money anywhere, we are seeing billions of naira being shared by the political class. And then you go further to look at the situation where petroleum subsidy was removed. The removal of the subsidy put trillions of naira into government coffers. In previous administration, when petroleum subsidy was removed, the government set up poverty alleviation measures like Shopee, Petroleum Trust. But in this situation, people only see petroleum subsidy removed, trillions of naira being put into government coffers, and the money being shared among the three arms of government will not be for the masses. So I think these are some of the issues that is triggering people to go on rampage, to cause all these protests, to be abusing insult, heaping insults and abuses against the president. And the president, well, he has already told us he doesn't go to social media anymore, because when he goes to social media, he only hear people insult and abuse. And he laughed it away. So how do these political leaders sleep at night to see people very hungry? We see also videos of people collapsing on the streets. We see people being on the street, and they say they haven't eaten for the past 6 days, and people go on to help them, to try to give them something to eat for the afternoon, and they watch all these things. Does it mean that they don't care that all these things are happening? So these are some of the things that get some of us sometimes. Thank you. I'm finished.
Shit.
million. And we have households trying to look for how they can eat Carnivy. They are not looking for three triangular meals or three square meals any longer. Just a day, and people are enjoying special birthday parties on island, spending millions hungry. So, Nick, let's have your closing remark.
Well, this is all I have to say. I think A lot is happening. A lot is happening, and the unfortunate thing is that the 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 people in government appear to be using an obsolete tool to deal with a different challenge. The hunger situation is a multifaceted thing. On DDM for a while, that diaspora digital media for a while. We've been, I have been especially monitoring what is happening in the West African sub-region, where countries are shutting down their borders from food living. So at some point too, you have to equally consider the fact that I believe that there is a subtle sanction, on Niger Republic. I know that most of the markets you have in the northern part of the country, are food routes for countries like Mali, like Niger, like Algeria. At least of things that are happening that I believe are contributing to the gravity of the situation on ground. And unfortunately, the government in place do not have the wherewithal to grapple with it, to deal decisively with it. So my take is that I think, just like we listened to a former minister say today, that the kind of people surrounding the president are not giving him quality advice. And I think he needs to start listening more. And like Mr. Dan pointed out, he needs to start
Excuse me.
looking at what is happening on the social media, because that appears to, be the best way of gauging the mood, of the nation. And that is my take.
Hmm. Well, thank you very much for that. We have a country, therefore, and it is everybody's responsibility to make sure that Nigeria uh, stands in every facet of life. These discussions are just starting to gain momentum. Be rest assured that Diaspora Digital Media will keep you updated as we go on. So my special thanks to my guests and colleagues who have had time to talk with us today, from the UK, Mr. Nicholas Ifechukwu and Mr. Kevin Jackpo. I remain yours, Ryan Palm Jr., and I'd like to seize this opportunity to let you know that February 25th would be Nigeria's anniversary of the elections. We have a package for you right here on DDN. In fact, a telethon for about 6 hours. We'll be looking at the intrigues, the ups and downs of the elections, the role of money in the elections, what was the role of the security, and so on. Make it a date with us on the 25th of February 2024, which is this Sunday, by the way, and we'll be starting from 12 noon. We'll be having guest speakers around the world and discussing this. Nigeria deserves to hear what we have. So join us on Diaspora Digital Media on behalf of the entire team. Rang Palm Jr. saying, thanks for watching.